Reykjavik, Iceland. Elias Moore sat in a whispered quiet maglev pod, watching the ice planes roll past the glass. His hands, weathered and veined, rested on his lap. The skin bore the history of time, a life of work, loss, and learning. He had chosen this. 1 week of reliving, 1 week before the mind fades. The neurosync device implanted behind his ear pulsed faintly. It was already beginning to map his memory web, a neural archive where thoughts, smells, music, and regrets lived. He had one goal: to say goodbye properly and remember the moments that mattered. Chapter 2. The lane begins. The facility was seamless. Silent doors, floating bots, gentle aromas of pine and vanilla.
Our minimalist staff.
With soothing voices, Elias met his guide, Dr. Sura, young, brilliant, emotionally reserved. "We'll begin with guided recall," she said. "Memory lane isn't just viewing. You'll relive them, feel them. Every neuron will light up as it once did." He was reclined in the memory chamber, cocoon-like pod lined with bioglass and neuronic sensors. "Close your eyes," Sura whispered. "Let the lane begin." Part 2. His Life in Light. Chapter 3. The beach. He ran barefoot through wet sand, chasing a paper kite. His mother called out, her voice the first anchor. The air was briny, the sun warm. It was 2019 again. Elias wept silently. He hadn't remembered her laugh in 40 years. "This is perfect," he whispered inside the pod. The kite lifted, froze midair, then flickered.
Ow.
And for a second, his mother's face changed. He blinked, but it was her again. Chapter 4. The lecture hall. Standing at the podium, students scribbled notes. He lectured about the fall of digital democracy. He remembered their names. But in the back row, a student he didn't know sat watching. Unfamiliar, tall, dark-eyed, no emotion. "He shouldn't be here. Is this a corrupted memory?" Elias asked Sura after the session. A wedding ring on the wrong hand? He began keeping notes after each session, pages filled with scribbled questions. Who is Micah? What is Ender 5 protocol? Why do I remember dying in 2043 when I lived past it? Dr. Sura remained calm. Elias. Some memory bleed is normal in aging brains. But Elias wasn't convinced. This isn't my memory bleeding. It's someone else's. But I never died, Elias said aloud. I borrowed someone else's death? Chapter 9. Dr. Sura's confession. Elias confronted Sura. Who is Micah? She hesitated. A failed subject. His memories were corrupted during scan upload. Used fragments of him as neural scaffolding during your mapping. To stabilize recall, Elias stared. So I'm remembering on top of a dead man's brain. What? Sura looked away. Not dead, legally unresponsive, brain dead, but active enough to process. The ethics were broken. But Elias felt something else. Guilt. Micah wasn't just scaffolding. He was alive inside Elias's memory. Part V merger. Chapter 10, the shared dream. One night, Elias dreamed of the alley in Oslo. Anna was there. So was Lina. 2 worlds colliding. You've crossed over, Anna said. Memory and self. There's no turning back now. Chapter 13. The choice he walked left. Saw Anna, his books, his students, his life, but he stopped, turned right. He saw Lina alive, painting with a mechanical brush. Micah behind her, laughing. Elias walked toward them. Micah deserves to be remembered, not deleted. Epilogue. Archive entry name: Micah Elias Moore. Memory archive code #NEUO2361X. Description: a blended consciousness of two men, one old, one forgotten. Together, they chose compassion over legacy. Closing scene: Dr. Sura stood in the memory chamber. The pod was empty. But the archive now contained a hybrid story. Micah and Elias merged. She watched the hologram flicker. 2 lives, 1 lane. And for the first time in Neuromira's history, memory became shared humanity.